What's good? Grand Rising. Top of the motherfucking cosmos. We in this bitch. This is the Fuck the Government podcast. What's good? I don't got no guitar riff, but I did the best that I could. But look, leave a fuck the government in the comments. Let me know the reason why you say fuck the government. You know me, I'm just real simple. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the government because they're killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through disease. And motherfuckers like, I don't believe you. Okay, then look up fluoride in your water, chemtrails in the sky, GMOs in your food, and diseases. Fuck the CDC and the WHO. All y'all niggas got to die. Ha ha. Anyway, we are about to talk about conspiracies. Conspiracies. One more time. Conspiracies. Motherfucker. Real shit. These motherfuckers don't understand that there are so many fucking conspiracies. So many out there. Not too many people are paying attention to ones that are true. All right? I'm talking about there are some important ones that are true. You feel me? And the people, the Miracle Corporation people, or let's call them workers. The workers of the American corporation, they know about this. But they choose to put their fucking heads in the sand. Some people out there don't want to believe that their government is really out to get them. They don't believe that shit. They don't fucking believe that shit. But I'm going to put it back in your fucking face. Because you motherfuckers don't want to see. So, let's go. Let's start with these conspiracies that are true, that have came to pass. Let's talk about Operation Paperclip. Operation Paperclip. Let's spark one. Roll one, light one, smoke one, sip some, shot the twister. Operation Paperclip. If don't nobody know what Operation Paperclip is, Operation Paperclip was a military operation to take like over 1,600 Nazi scientists and make them work for the United States corporation to help with the next war. I think the next war after World War II was the Cold War. So all these Nazi scientists, all these Yahtzee scientists, I said Yahtzee. All these Yahtzee scientists get free pardons to work for the powers that be to exterminate other people, including us. I think one of the main scientists, nigga name was Warren von Braun or some shit. I think the nigga that helped make the rocket or some shit. Yeah, but most of those scientists that work for our government are motherfucking Yahtzees. Yahtzee. These motherfuckers knew what it was. And there's a conspiracy behind that. They wanted all those scientists because Hitler was on some shit. This nigga motherfucker had that bell and shit, the motherfucking the fucking shit that hovered. There's photos of him communicating with extraterrestrials and shit. I'm like, where the fuck did y'all find this picture? This motherfucker shaking hands with a motherfucker. This nigga is skinnier than my broom, nigga. This alien was skinnier than my broom. His head shaped like a motherfucking pineapple and shit. Shaking hands with Hitler. Scheiße. Nine. Yeah, but that's the fucking shit. Operation Paperclip, our fucking government taking scientists to motherfucking do some Cold War shit, intel gathering, a bunch of CIA shit too. But that was a conspiracy that fucking came to pass that has deemed to be true. So y'all owe those people an apology for saying Operation Paperclip. Where's our apology at, man? Come on, dog. We still ain't hear no apology yet from any fucking body. I'm still waiting from the shit from my family. Jesse, you was right. You was right. Yep. Next conspiracy that turned out to be motherfucking true that everybody called us crazy on. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it? MK Ultra. Oh, MK Ultra. We talk about MK Ultra right now. We believe most of these rappers, entertainers are under this motherfucking spell. There's even footage of like this popped up. This is why I gotta say it. There was a game. Beyonce and Jay-Z was at this game and shit, right? And it was like two unknown white people that was sitting behind Beyonce and shit. And she was doing some crazy shit with her hands. And Beyonce was acting all weird like shit. So I'm like, okay, that looked like some shit. We saw some shit with Jalen Rose. He was motherfucking posted up somewhere. He was getting his makeup done, but dude looked like he was like a robot, dog. Like he didn't look real. You know what I'm saying? Or if he was real, he looked like a switch was motherfucking turned off or something. And we got another footage of MK Ultra shit. What's that nigga name from the news? That black guy. The motherfucker be like, what's in your neck of the woods? That nigga that be saying that shit. Al Roker or some shit like that. I think it's his name, Al Roker. It was her and two other white people talking, and she said something about Holy Ghost, and Al Roker looked like he just like a switch came on and just started looking at the camera all weird shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. There's some MKO shit going on. This motherfucker right now. So I was like, okay. What else is with this MK Ultra shit? What else was going on besides what we see and what we talk about? MK Ultra was really some military shit going on. They was putting, like LSD and shit, giving motherfuckers LSD and seeing how they act. So we go back to the motherfucking hippie years of the 60s and shit, 60s, 70s, or whatever. And we hear a lot of people's going off that ass shit. LSD. This nigga Jimi fucking Hendrix was good. What's good? Charles Manson was part of the MK Ultra experiments. Yes, he was. I read something about that. Real shit. You wouldn't even believe where I even got that shit from, bro. When I first read about Charles Manson, real shit, bro. And I no cap. When I first read about Charles Manson being a part of the MK Ultra program, it was in a video game called Area 51. Right? You would think, what does Charles Manson got to do with Area 51, right? There is a file that you find, because you know how, the games, you got to find files and shit. You got to look around and shit. Most people don't even read the files that they find to unlock their secret achievements. I read every file I find in video games. Every fucking file. This is why, I be completing the game within 50, 60, 100 hours, because I want to bust that game right the fuck open. Pause. But yeah, I found the file in Area 51, and it talked about the serial killer mythos. And in the serial killer mythos, it talked about the government creating these Charles Mansons, these Ted Bundys, these motherfucking John Gacy's to instill fear in communities, to have them thinking about a boogeyman, to keep people indoors, to keep people scared. It was this shit blew my mind. It's a fucking declassified document now, but the shit in Area 51, it corresponded with the document that I found later. I was like, oh shit, Charles Manson was an agent. And later on down the line, I read the book called The Biggest Secret by David Icke. I know everybody do not like hearing about this nigga's name. You know, they say he's a reptilian himself, or they say he's an agent. But in The Biggest Secret, he do not only talk about reptilians, he talked about the royal family. He talked about origin stories of how a whole bunch of shit came to pass. And then he get to the reptilian conversation. Because he been studying the powers that be in his government and our government since the early motherfucking 90s. The book, The Biggest Secret, came out in 2000. He said he been studying that shit since 95. So it's like, God damn, this nigga been putting in work. But they discredit him because, oh, he's the reptilian guy. But he put out a whole bunch of other motherfucking truth telling you about your government. But when it comes to him talking about reptilians, oh, don't listen to nothing he say. Okay, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it talked about Charles Manson being an agent for the CIA. But yeah, that was a good one. I like that. I fucks with that. Yes, Charles Manson was part of the bullshit. And what else? What else was going on? Oh yeah, I was still talking about I was still talking about MK Ultra. Yeah, the MK Ultra shit in the 60s and 70s, the LSD and the acid. This nigga Jimi Hendrix. I was about to say something about Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was so gone. He was so gone off that LSD. This nigga set a guitar on fire and played it with his teeth. This is how you fucking know the government was like, yo, we just made a nigga unlock his full potential. Kill that nigga. 27 Club his ass. Put Jimi Hendrix in a 27 Club with the rest of the celebrities and shit. But yeah, that was MK Ultra. You know, mind control programs. Getting motherfuckers fucked up. For real. It was like a motherfucker in the crowd just, you know, came in the crowd. Oh, here's some LSD. Here's some acid. This shit'll get you fried. I'd rather stay smoking weed. Like if I was down there in the 60s and 70s, I ain't touching no LSD. I ain't touching no acid. I will be only eating reefer like Willie Nelson, nigga. I will be high as a fucking kite. But MK Ultra is the conspiracy that turned out to be true. Next conspiracy, I think we're on number 3. Like we talked about Operation Paperclip, we talked about MK Ultra. Now we're about to talk about Operation Mockingbird. Hashtag fuck the government, man. Hashtag fuck the government and everything they motherfuckers stand for. We're about to talk about Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird is a fucking CIA. Fuck the alphabet boys too. The CIA campaign to influence the media. Yeah, to influence the media. And they go as far as to recruiting. I'm talking about recruiting leading America journalists. Yeah, so all these good journalists out there, chances are some of them may be compromised. But I am following one journalist. She is following the motherfucking Ghislaine Maxwell case. Like she's actually going inside of the courtroom, taking down her notes as she come home like around 7 or 8 o'clock, and she do her live on it. Her name is New York Nadia. And she's in there, you know, like she a white lady, you know what I'm saying? You know, like she hot, you know, she nice. I just like her journalistic fire. I don't know, it's just something about, you know, like a bitch that's been on the lowest lane side of the game, putting herself in danger, and then coming out unscathed. You know, that's some bravery right there. That's some brave shit. You know, like you are actually inside that courtroom taking those notes. So I'm following her until this trial is over, because ain't nobody covering this Ghislaine Maxwell case, not the way they supposed to. You feel me? But I'm following her because she's actually inside that courtroom taking notes. And like she have a good perception of what's going on. She's not a conspiracy theorist or nothing, you know. And man, you like, yes, she's part of the left-right paradigm, yes, but I need info on what's going on in that fucking courtroom. So I can finally make a full video talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell shit. Now, I'm going to talk about it briefly just right now, but I've heard about this bitch when I read the book about The Biggest Secret. This is going back to David Icke again. See, David Icke is not always on that reptilian talk. This nigga talked about corrupt governments in his country and in ours. So it talked about the flight logs. It talked about Epstein. It talked about the Clintons. It talked about Ghislaine Maxwell. It's all in the book. What makes me mad is David Icke talked about this shit in 2000. Y'all wait till 2021 to really fuck with this case? That's the shit that pissed me off. And another thing that pisses me off, what might make David Icke an agent, David Icke ain't even saying nothing. Like, yo, bitch, I bought this shit out of 2000. Where's my props? Where's my props? You know what I'm saying? I told y'all niggas about Epstein. I told y'all niggas about that fucking flight log and the motherfucking list. Where's my props? Oh, no, David, like, you're a reptilian. David, like, stick to the reptilian talk so we can think you crazy. But nah, nigga, he was talking about the Epstein. He was talking about the royal family and their corruption. He was talking about the kidnapping of children all over the world and how they're being fucked with. He talked about the motherfucking conspiracy with motherfucking religion and government. He talked about all that shit. And then he get off into the reptilians. You feel me? You feel me, man? Read The Biggest Secret. If y'all ain't read no other book, nigga, read The Biggest Secret by David Icke. Now back to the Operation Mockingbird. The CIA recruiting journalists, lead journalists. And not only that, they also recruit student and cultural organizations too. So the motherfucking big ass college, the big ass college gatherings where they're trying to fight for the government or whatnot, some of that is part of the CIA. You know, all those student protesting and shit. And what else they doing? What else this Mockingbird connects to? Oh yeah, this Mockingbird also connects to the Smith-Mundt Act. Shout out to Ellie for always bringing that up, because I love the way that motherfuckers really don't think that the powers that be is manipulating our media. So we got to put that out there. Look up the Smith-Mundt Act. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Ellie. And make sure y'all subscribe to Ellie's channel too. Make sure y'all subscribe to New York Nadia's channel if y'all want to find out more about the Ghislaine Maxwell case, because like she's actually inside that fucking courtroom. And what else did they talk about in Operation Mockingbird? Yeah, with the Smith-Mundt Act, it's like basically don't believe all the shit that you see or hear on the motherfucking news. You know, like go do your research, because Smith-Mundt was supposed to be against our foreign invaders, but they're using it against our own American people. So we are being lied to. You can watch the movie Wag the Dog. It really explains everything. Shout out to Bobby Hemmett, because if it wasn't for Bobby Hemmett, I would never know about the movie Rag the Dog. And when I watched Rag the Dog, I was like, oh shit. But what else? An example of what they did with using Operation Mockingbird. In 1990, in the Gulf War, some lady that was part of the Kuwait's royal family, she put out a whole bunch of lies and propaganda to get the United States to help out Kuwait in the war. Because at the end of the day, we really ain't supposed to be going to war with any motherfucking body, nigga. Real shit. Like, if you look at how many countries that the United States have conquered, it's just unprecedented, dog. Real shit. And majority of those countries don't have no line of defense. We just went over there and just raided they shit, man. Fuck the government. Hashtag fuck the government. Now, next, what else? What else? Everett Snowden. We all know Everett Snowden. This nigga came out telling us that I always feel like somebody's watching me. That shit is fucking true. Now we can go back to my Matrix versus reality, talking about enemy of the state. That movie right there showed you. It's even in your clothes, nigga, you can be tracked. This is like, dude, this is way before Snowden even said anything. This Will Smith, nigga, they on that nigga head through the whole movie. Told you the truth. And if you pay attention to the scene where Will Smith is talking to his wife, Regina King, in the kitchen, you know, like the wife is pissed off. Like, this motherfucker's trying to take our privacy away. You know? Will Smith trying to blow it off like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we need to catch these criminals, terrorists. And like the wife was like, who would they motherfucking determine as criminals if they watching all of us? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like they're taking away our freedoms for security. Basically, it's so many words. But yeah, the movie Enemy of the State. Watch that movie. Do you know what? Don't nobody talk about Enemy of the State. Out of all the Will Smith movies that ever came out, fuck Will Smith anyway. He's nominated for Simp of the Year this year. It'd be 2 years in a row if he wins. Oh, wait. What? Wait a minute. News just in. Sorry. Wait. Are you fucking serious? Kanye West has just joined nominee for Simp of the Year. Oh my God. What the fuck just happened? What did he do? Oh, for begging Kim Kardashian to come back? Oh my fucking God. At a live show. Oh yes. Put that bitch nigga on the fucking list. Okay. All right, back to the show. Oh yes, the Simp Awards is coming soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do this shit next week or the week after. I don't know. I might do it on Christmas. Who knows? It might be fun. Who knows? But yeah. Out of all the movies that people talk about, no one talks about Enemy of the State. Everybody talk about Bad Boys. Everybody talk about motherfucking iRobot. iRobot is a great conspiracy too, because we're going to that point in a minute, because everything is going to automation. New York is creating robot dogs, and soon we're going to have a RoboCop. And I ain't about to get shot in the ass with a motherfucking DD4. Nigga, nah, let's go. Everett Snowden put out all the shit saying that the government's watching you. They're taking all your fucking data, no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing. Texting, watching shit, all that shit. And it connects with the ads that you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfucking, like, you got your favorite shit that you watch, and you suddenly see ads of all the shit that you like and shit like that. They said it's an algorithm to give you what you want. So algorithm is the name of the motherfucking boss bitch, along with Sophia, the AI robot made by Handsome Robotics. I will be doing the video on Handsome Robotics very soon. I'm still getting some more info. I heard that bitch Sophia had a daughter. So I'm like, oh shit. You're about to have a whole family of fucking robots in this bitch with AI. And they're going to act like us. And sooner or later, if they really get that fucking ghost in the shell type shit going on, we're fucked. So, got NSA out the way. Just look up Everett Snowden. Next conspiracy that turned out to be true. The Tuskegee Experiments. The Tuskegee Experiments is the reason why ain't nobody taking that goddamn lethal injection. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. The government experiment on people. Telling them, we're studying for syphilis. But y'all really injecting motherfuckers with shit just to watch the population deteriorate so y'all can catalog some shit. And I think they did it for over 40 years. Then you finally get caught. Finally get caught and stop it. Years later, motherfuckers forget about it. My question is this. If the government can do a Tuskegee experiment, you don't think they can do it again and just call it something else? The Resident Evil experiment, because this is what I call this experiment, because this is on a worldwide scale. I call it Resident Evil 6. They don't like Resident Evil 6. I don't know why they don't like Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 6 is the shit. But like, it ain't scary. Nigga, a global pandemic is not scary to you? some shit that you can actually see, zombies all over the fucking place, that's scary. The whole world fucked up. You can't drink water because it's in a goddamn water supply. You can't breathe the air because it's in the air. You're done. What's up, Bronze in the building? I'm in this bitch with the Fuck the Government podcast, episode 2. Conspiracies that turned out to be true. The reason why I say fuck the government, you know it. But yeah. The Tuskegee Experiments is the reason why most niggas don't want to fuck with that lethal injection. And plus, have you noticed how the powers that be is making these ads? There was one ad that talked about the Tuskegee Experiment. And they said, I understand y'all skeptical, but follow the science type shit. In so many words. In so many fucking words. Follow the science. You know, the scientists are in the government's pocket. Going back to my conspiracy of the Operation Paperclip. They don't understand that the powers that be is out to kill you, son. Blast back. You go clap back. You go clap back. You go clap back. We go. Let's take him to war, nigga. It's murder. Holla, holla. Anybody that's ready to get. I started to sing and rap and shit. I was like, nigga, you proud of that? No, you didn't, nigga. Oh, did, bitch. Oh, shit. But you know what real music is? Fight the power. That's real music, nigga. Or breaks on the car, breaks to make you a superstar. Huh? Breaks to win, that breaks you lose. These break rock your shoes. These are the breaks. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. What y'all know about my nigga Curtis Blow? For real, for real, for real. I'm bringing it back, nigga. Now, next conspiracy. We talked about Paperclip. We talked about MK Ultra. We talked about Mockingbird. We talked about the whole ass NSA with the Everett Snowden shit. And we talked about the Tuskegee experiment because they said that shit wasn't real, but it was. Now we're about to talk about the FBI. Hashtag fuck the government and the alphabet boys that they fuck with. Don't give a fuck about the FBI. Don't give a fuck about the CIA. Don't give a fuck about the NSA. Da, 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 da. Oh shit. All right. FBI. Now for those who know what the FBI, what they did, they conspiracy that came true, it's called Cointelpro. I made a song called Cointelpro. Make sure y'all check it out. Check out my song, Cointelpro. I'm working on my 6th album called Flooding the Cosmos. I think I like 5 or 6 songs done. I'm not sure. I need like 6 or 7 more. But yeah, Cointelpro was an FBI operation to disrupt black groups all over the country. Yep. To infiltrate, disrupt. They also created false documents and reports, put false media on their names, wrongful imprisonments. Yeah. Now, here's how Cointelpro was uncovered. Because some motherfuckers broke into like an FBI motherfucker spot. I think it was, I don't know if it was 1971 or 1975. I'm not really sure. But I know it was in the 70s when it happened. So rebels broke into a motherfucking spot, stole all the info. Now, you can go to the FBI website and see motherfucking Cointelpro. You can go there right now. But what made me mad about Cointelpro, because it wasn't only to disrupt the black community. It was more deep. It was on a level of we're trying to stop a black messiah from rising and taking back this land. You feel me? The powers that be have all this money, manpower, and resources. They are still afraid of me and you. Because all you got to do is just wake up and say, I'm tired of all this shit. I'm about to round up some brothers that think like I do, and we're about to take down this fucking government. And I hear that's what a real patriot is. A person that fights their own fucking government. Ain't it in the motherfucking Constitution on one of those amendments that if the government is fucking up, we got every right to motherfucking shut that shit down as a people? So I believe I'm doing the right thing when it comes to that, like when it comes to that level of consciousness, when it comes to the political spectrum. But overall, I'm doing the right thing because, nigga, don't y'all want to be free? So let's kill our enemy so we can be free. For real, for real. Just like simple as that. I watched the spook that sat by the door. Shout out to Op from the Norm. Because it was for him, I would have never even motherfucking knew about the movie. And I looked at that movie and I studied it. Like it is what it is. And plus when the motherfucking I forgot the nigga name, but the star was talking to the white guy in the room, and the white guy asked him, you know, like, what you doing all this for, dog? It's for revenge? And that nigga was like, what up, though? What up, though? Up early? What's up? What's up? What he asked him was, it was like, what are you doing all this for, dog? It's for revenge? He was like, it's simple. I just want to be free. You feel me? And then he said something else, and then the white guy was like, damn, I hate white folks, right? So I bust out laughing. I'm like, why would a white guy say that, right? But the star character looked at him. What was his name? I forgot the star character's name. But he looked at him. He was like, nigga, this is not about hating white folks. This is not about hating white folks. This is about willing to fight and die for your freedom. Simple as that. If you think it's about color, then you could get out this motherfucking shit right now, because it ain't about color. This is about freedom. You know, because in the spook that sat by the door, like he had white people in the group too, you know, and he needed them to hit the bank up, you know, like to motherfucker, I throw a distraction at the powers that be, man. But the movie is so motherfucking cold and calculated. It was like, dog, I felt like doing the shit that night, like, dog, nigga, let me fuck some shit up. That's how good that fucking movie is. But yeah, the FBI Cointelpro program to disrupt black groups, make false documents and reports, false propaganda, and wrongful imprisonment. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of revolutionaries probably still in jail right now for the shit they did in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the only reason why this connects with Hoover, you know, and you know, because like Hoover actually motherfucking did some shit, you know, nigga rounded up some brothers and nigga made some changes. See, back in the day, it, you know, like this gang shit that you see right now, it wasn't like this back in the day. The original folks, Vice Lords, Bloods, and Crips, it was all about community. It was all about community. All about community. But y'all had to kill the leaders and lock the rest of the leaders up. So once it's passed down to the next people, they're either infiltrated or these motherfuckers too young and dumb to comprehend on how to run a set. I've seen both sides of the spectrum. And this is what they needed to do. This is what the purpose was. You know what I'm saying? And they successfully infiltrated every set and disrupted every fucking set. Even when the Bloods and Crips tried to get back together, it was the cops that was riding around with other colors shooting at motherfuckers to motherfucker make the beef start back up again. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to do is this. There are sets out there with militant revolutionary mindsets. And I believe personally that if the gangs / families of the country unite, then I believe we could take down this motherfucking government. But we will only be a military force. We will only should be a military force to protect our neighborhoods and cities and towns. That's it. Bloods, Crips, folks, Vice Lords, MS-13. I don't give a fuck who you are. But if we can come together, we can take down this fucking government. So now, who we put in power? We will put in power somebody that's loyal, honest, and trustworthy. That's who we'll put in. Would it be somebody from the neighborhood? Probably. Would it be somebody from the set? Probably. But it will be someone that we will put in place, the people, not the powers that be, because the powers that be gonna be destroyed. That's all we need to do is just motherfucker round up and take them out. But we gotta just be a military force. How the powers that be got Army, Air Force, Marines, and Navy and shit. We got nigga Bloods, Crips, folks, Vice Lords, MS-13, Latin Kings. We even got motorcycle gangs, Hell's Angels, and fucking Hell Satans and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we got a force. What we gonna do with the motherfucking motorcycle crew? Nigga, y'all run the roads. Y'all patrol the roads and toll booths, nigga. No one comes in and out under our permission or y'all's. It don't matter. We can establish order. We know how to divvy up this shit. I'm putting the book together now. Fuck the powers that be. Fuck the government. Niggas ain't ready. Nigga, next 10 years, nigga, next 5, 10, 15 years, nigga, y'all have my statue ready for me, nigga. Y'all have t-shirts of me like how y'all got Hugo Chavez, nigga. Most motherfuckers wear that nigga shirt and don't even know who the fuck that nigga is. Like, no, that nigga was a revolutionary, bro. And I heard some conspiracies about that nigga too, with him and Fidel Castro. You know, rumor has it that Castro took that nigga out or had him taken out so he can stay in power. It's conspiracy. I need to look into it, but like it was a minute ago since I heard it. But circle back to FBI and the Cointelpro program. That's what it is. You know, they afraid of me saying what I'm saying, so we could do what I said we're gonna do, round up everybody and just take down the fucking government. You know. Now, that was Cointelpro. The real source, nigga, like they don't want no black messiah. Next, conspiracy. Kennedy, nigga, we all know about that Kennedy shit. We all know about Kennedy. We know that shit was an inside job. It was either the driver or it was either Jackie. But the HARP, Weather Dominator. Yeah. The Weather Dominator. The HAARP program. Now, when that shit started popping off, they said, oh, we just motherfucking testing radio waves and shit. And then come to find out it was used in the Vietnam War to try to fuck with the weather to control the terrain on the battlefield. Shit is fucking deep. Another conspiracy that goes hand in hand with that is the poison. You know, like going back to what I said about the chemtrails and shit. About the chemtrails and the fluoride and the geoengineering part of the climate change or global warming, all that shit connects with HAARP. Yeah, and Yeah, going back to that poison shit. They did some shit. The powers that be, fuck the government. Hashtag fuck the government, dog. They did some shit in the 50s all the way to the 70s. They was creating like over 300 plus different bacterial attacks, bacterial weapon attacks with fog, which made me look at fog different. You know, like fog looked like a motherfucking mist that just come over you. It smells funny. It looks weird. You know what they told us back in the day? Oh, that's a cloud forming. I never knew clouds can fall. So I knew that shit was weird when I was a kid. This fog shit don't seem right, you know? And then going back to Resident Evil 6, it was a blue fog. It was in the form of a missile, and the bitch exploded into like a blue fog. And the fog just spread it all through the motherfucking city and turned everybody into motherfucking zombies on instant mode. But they was doing this shit, and a lot of motherfuckers was getting sick. A lot of motherfuckers was getting sick. So I kind of feel sorry for small towns, because small towns are really testing grounds for the government. See, people go to small towns and be like, yes, I'm finally away from the city. I don't got to worry about a whole bunch of loud noise and all this shit. But the government can come in and act like they doing some shit to benefit the small town, but they really coming to poison motherfuckers. Some sneaky sons of bitches. Hashtag fuck the government. What's next? Prohibition. This connects with Prohibition also. Back in the 30s, you know, they was trying to ban liquor and shit, and they brought up a whole bunch of bootlegging shit. You know, everybody was a bootlegger, moonshining it up. But it got so gutter, the powers that be was purposely and intentionally poisoning alcohol products to get people to not drink no more. So motherfuckers was getting sick, motherfuckers was dying by the government's hands. Hashtag fuck the government. This is why I don't fuck with the government. Nah. Now this is the funny shit right here. But this corresponds to the agenda today. But real shit, real shit. I don't know why the U.S. didn't use this conspiracy, but they should have grabbed this one, because this conspiracy comes from Canada by a man named Frank Robert Wake. This motherfucker's military guy, right? This nigga was like, he made a machine called the fruit machine. Now, bro. Pause. It's called the fruit machine. And I know you, y'all know how I'm going with this, right? Oh, y'all that fuck with me, you know where I'm going with this. This nigga made some shit called the fruit machine. It is not for fruits, all right? It ain't the fruit that you're thinking about. This motherfucker was trying to weed out the moist people in the military by subjecting his subjects to visual stimuli. So basically, like, I don't know if they got the robot chicken guards. You remember Robot Chicken, when they put the chicken on the thing, you put the helmet on, and the motherfucking shit like lift up your eyes, or what's the other movie, 1984? But you know, they put the shit on you and they give you a whole bunch of pictures and slideshows. And certain stimuli in homosexuals was different from heterosexuals. So what the man did was, those that was on the moist side of the game, they got kicked out the military. It's like over 400 was expelled from the military, and over like maybe like 9,000 was under question. Like, I suspect some. You got a little different type of hand twitch. We don't like that around here. But but yeah, it's called The Fruit Machine by Frank Robert Wake. This shit blew my mind because I just found this shit out today. because I was motherfucking looking up conspiracies. I was like, all right, these are the ones I know. What new conspiracies, can I throw on the forefront that I haven't heard of or no one hasn't heard of? But Frank Robert Wake made the fruit machine to weed out the moist people from the non-moist people. If any conspiracy that's real cold on this list is that one. We don't like that shit. This was back when the military wasn't having that shit, though. I'm talking about like motherfuckers got the ass beat for that. Some motherfuckers got left missing, nigga, because of that, dog. Real shit. Back when they had that don't ask, don't tell policy type shit. This was before all that shit. This was before all that shit. But yeah. Now, in conclusion, we are at the end of the segment. We are at the end of the podcast. Talking about all these conspiracies, the reason why I say fuck the government and everything they stand for, hashtag fuck the government. And like on my last one, I talked about a crazy conspiracy and I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna end it with trying to find one of the crazy conspiracies that I don't want to look up. I'll let y'all look it up because it's too crazy for me to look up. Like, nigga, this is some bullshit. I found another one, low key. Shout out to low key T for asking that question. Any conspiracy that they say, this is some bullshit. Get that shit out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I found another one, low key. I found another one. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all fucking ready for this? Y'all ready for one of the most crazy conspiracies I heard? Because the last crazy conspiracy was winter being manufactured. Winter is not a real weather event. I did not want to look that shit up. Because growing up, all I remember is spring, summer, fall, and winter. And now that I'm a grown man, it's like, damn, winter is half here, summer is half here. What the fuck is really going on with our weather? Which leads me back to the weather dominating shit. Maybe it could be manufactured, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But y'all ready for this new shit? The newest crazy conspiracy that I fucking just heard. Dogs. Yes. Most of you are dog lovers. Most of you love your dogs and cherish them like your own children. Shout out to those that really love their dogs and take care of them and go for walks and feed them, take them to the motherfucking vet, get their shots, clean them, so their coat can look clean and fresh. Shout out to y'all. I don't want y'all to look at y'all dogs differently after I say this, though. Please don't. Please don't. But y'all might. They say all dogs are actual robots to spy on everyone and gather intel from around the fucking world. I immediately bust out laughing. And then I had to sit back and think about it. I only did just a little search. I don't want to go no deeper than what I looked up. What I looked up was there was an historical dog never existed before 1963. Okay, no historical dog ever existed in 1963. Wasn't we get bitten our ass in the 60s by these dogs? So that was the first time we seen dogs. But I heard of Germans having dogs during World War II because they used them for alarm systems. So got the 60s, then we got the 40s. Then I'm like, okay, let me just look up the origin of dogs. Right? So I look up, it say dogs are really 14,000 to 40,000 years old. It comes from a wolf tribe somewhere, 40,000 years ago. I'm like, this was back, nigga, during ancient shaman shit. Because shamans go back 50 plus years. I mean, 50,000 plus years. Yeah, 1,000 club. We're in the thousands here. This is, this is way before common era shit. Way before Jeebus. So this dogs being a robot shit is very far-fetched. But if it wasn't for this New York robot dog that they just got done making, I wouldn't have said this shit. So y'all can go down that rabbit hole. Because New York just got the robot dog. So now it put a picture in my head of all these dogs really having a metal body. My visual perception is so fucked up right now. I'll just get that out the way. I look at dogs differently now because but I'm not going down no more further through this rabbit hole. So I'm gonna leave that to y'all to find out if dogs are robots. But I'm not doing that, bro. Man, all thing motherfucker gotta do, go to a vet, get a stray dog, and be like, all right, sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to cut you open. I gotta see for myself. Chop them up and give them to motherfucking Wuhan, nigga. Make some Chinese food. It would not go to waste. We ain't gonna just chop it up and throw it in the garbage can. We're gonna give it to China. Allegedly. Yeah. But look, yeah, that was the craziest conspiracy that I heard. I just can't fuck with it. Like I don't, no, man. I don't think dogs are robots, but they are going to put a skin on that robot. I think they are. You know what I'm saying? This conspiracy, this crazy ass conspiracy that I just heard, motherfuckers been talking about for maybe like 5 or 10 years. But not too many people really fuck with this, but it could happen. It could happen. It may not be going down now, but by seeing that New York robot dog, all they got to do is put a skin on that bitch. British was saying, oh, for real, robot dog? Let's do that. Australia see that shit? Oh, robot dog? Let's do that. You know, that conspiracy that I just said, even though it's bullshit, far-fetched and crazy, it could happen tomorrow. It could happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, they'll arrest you. Tomorrow. Conspiracies a day away. Tell me I'm lying. like real shit. Tell me I'm lying. RoboCop got a metal fucking body. All they got to do is put a UFC body on that nigga, and it's over. That nigga's officially fucking Terminator now. Think about that. It could happen tomorrow. Tomorrow. Getting your ass shot off with a DD4. Nigga, fuck on. Or getting your ass bit off by... Bro. If these robot dogs get a skin, they're going to add the teeth. When that bitch bites your ass, it's not going to take just a little small chunk. You might lose a limb, nigga. You might lose a limb, nigga. And if the RoboCops come, nigga, you think just a regular ass tackle, oh my God, I'm just ready, bust up and bruised. No, you might get tackled by a RoboCop and lose a leg, nigga. Your rib cage might get just obliterated. Like a robot could motherfucking Goldberg spear your ass into infinity. Your ass won't be able to do shit. But shit on yourself. And he talking about get on the ground, turn over. Like, bitch, I can't even fucking move. Nigga, it's like Batman beating the nigga ass and asking him questions. It's like, Batman, bro, you just broke my arm, my leg. You just shot at my pelvis. And you want me to ask you what a Riddler is? Bitch, fuck you, nigga. Bitch, fuck you, Batman. But yeah, man. Oh man, that was all the conclusions. Yeah, man. Think what else I got? What else I got to talk about? Oh yeah, fuck. I can't end this shit without saying the fuck. I can't end this shit without saying 9/11 was a conspiracy. Yeah, y'all thought I forgot about that. I can't talk about conspiracies without talking about 9/11. Oh shit, he said 9/11. I mean 7/11, but I already said 9/11. This is the Fuck the Government podcast. 9/11 was a inside job, conspiracy. It was all that shit. Like even if nobody want to follow the hologram shit or anything about the Pentagon, there's motherfuckers out there, yo. I think it's fake because of Building 7. Just on that comment, since a motherfucker is like, yo, man, nigga, like Building 7 went down without being touched. The government did this shit. It's like, I don't know about all that other shit, but Building 7 came down by itself. So yeah, nigga, we ain't forget about that. False flags is part of the government conspiracy also. That's the powers that be creating these events, problem, reaction, solution scenarios to motherfucking make the Privacy Act and a whole bunch of other acts and a whole bunch of other laws to take away your freedom for more security. Hashtag fuck the government. This your man's Hurricane with the Fuck the Government podcast, episode 2. Conspiracies that turned out to be true. Make sure y'all listen to the playback. Make sure y'all leave a fuck the government in a comment. Give me a reason why y'all say fuck the government if y'all want to. Otherwise, just leave a fuck the government in a comment. We out.